Yes, he is the world champion in Motogp, and you've got to be happy for the kid.
The work out behind the scenes, the injuries, the money, you know, the investment, the dedication from the parents to move from France. They moved to Spain when he was such a young kid because he'd got this raw talent. So they had to take him where the best riders in the world were, and that was, I love all this.
You got to love it, making a proper show of it. It's like the Super Bowl, this.
And rightly so. Mariah Carey's going to come out in a minute singing.
You know, we're all fans of Fabio Quartararo, and I'm sure at home he's captured your hearts this season. Last year, he admitted it himself. He said how he crumbled. I'm not so sure about
what's going on. It's like a BT Sport advert.
Absolutely superb from Fabio Quartararo. You know, he's a new generation of rider in this sport. Came into MotoGP as a teenager, and he's gone on to win the title 3 years later, or 3 seasons later at least. And Marc Marquez knows he's got another man to challenge him to win any more titles in MotoGP.
Oh, look at that helmet. I love his helmet design anyway, but in gold it looks even better, doesn't it?
Well, it's party time here in Misano on the Adriatic coast. And I'm sure if the clubs were open, he would be down there straight away out of here on the beach, no doubt. But it's just a little bit, it's a bit quiet, isn't it, at the moment?
Later we'll make our own party, Gav, tonight.
Marquez rode well today, you have to say, keeping the pressure on Bagnaia, was handed victory in the end by Bagnaia's crash. We mustn't forget. And what about Enea Bastianini again, Neil, riding up there to the podium?
From 16th on the grid. Look how he's ending this season. He's had, that's his second podium. Obviously, he was on the podium here last time. 6th in America. Unreal, unreal.
Valentino Rossi enjoying this one, and who can blame him? He deserves every single moment of applause. It's hard to know which way to look, isn't it?
No.
Obviously, you got your winner in Marc Marquez, you got Valentino Rossi taking the plaudits from the fans, and of course our new world champion, El Diablo.
No, he ain't gonna throw that in.
Someone is about to have the souvenir of a lifetime there.
Oh my, I cannot believe he's done that. Rossi never throws helmets in. That's a real special thing. Can you imagine that? What? Fantastic, what a beautiful gesture.
Yeah, that one.
I can't believe there wasn't a scrap for that.
Well, you know there will be. There will be.
It's going on right now.
Thankfully, they cut away from it. That's the main thing.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, if we sound a little bit giddy in the commentary box, but...
Yeah, you know what? Good things happen to good people, don't they? And Fabio Quartararo is one of those. You say about everything that they've sacrificed over the years, it almost didn't happen. It almost... his dream was fading at one point.
Was.
You know, he struggled. He never took that win until he went up into Moto2 and he actually had to switch teams. 4 different teams in his first 4 years in this championship. And suddenly, Johan Stigger felt, Razdan Razali saw something, and now he's world champion. Meanwhile, another one with a bright future is Enea Bastianini, a second podium of his rookie season.
Another fantastic ride and another podium at home. How do you feel?
Very strange, because after the qualifying yesterday, I think it's impossible to do same at race 1. But at the end, I push a lot in the last part of the race, and my paces was really nice, like the first Misano, and it's incredible. After I think it's crash Pecco, and from 5 I'm go in 4th place. And at the end, I see Fabio very close. I think now I have to push over the limit, and the last lap stay incredible for me, and I'm arriving the 3rd position. It's a very strange podium for me.
And congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, big congratulations to Enea Bastianini. He had to go for it, and he did. And Fabio Quartararo, from this position, he had a little worry. He almost was, I think, a bit surprised to see Enea on the inside there, legs flapping all about like a squid on top of the bike.
Well, he sort of then, Quartararo ran into a roadblock there at that point and did the right thing, got out of the throttle, and then there's no way past. And then you honestly, believe this or not, for this split second you'll have been angry. Yeah. And then headed towards the last corner and thought, I think I'll take the world title. That'll do.
It's a nice exchange, isn't it? A podium for Bastianini, a title for Quartararo. Valentino Rossi, every single marshal wants a piece of his skin, don't they, as he rides past. The Paul Espargaro, first podium for him in his first year with Repsol Honda.
Alberto told us yesterday that if it was dry, you were strong, and you showed it. Did you know you could do that going into the race?
Well, more or less I knew my pace coming from the test, but today the track was a little bit more tricky. I don't know, on the rear tire I didn't feel so good on the stopping, and I was struggling mostly part of the race, but then when I could overtake Miguel, I just put my rhythm. Luckily I lose Bagnaia and Marc so early in the race, and I couldn't follow them, and then I was completely alone, you know, in between them and Miguel. But I was keep doing my rhythm comfortably, and then by the tension, I started to have pump. When I saw that it was 7-8 laps remaining by the end, and I was in that podium, I was so much on tension, and I couldn't even brake, and I was just going to finish the race in that position. So super pleased, super happy for the team. P1 and P2, that's amazing, but especially, you know, Takeo, all the crew that has been working huge to make that possible. I'm happy for me, but more happy for them.
Great job, Paul.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
As if to back up how competitive Motogp is this year, Paul is the 15th different rider to step on the podium this season. We've had 8 different winners this year. Marc Marquez taking his 3rd victory, but that's the first time for Paul Espargaro. I'm sure we just saw this.
I'm sure we've seen this before, unless Ross is on his 2nd lap round.
Yeah, he's going round.
Do you know what? If anyone deserves to, he does. Valentino
look
should
at that from Pecco Bagnaia. You've got to love that, haven't you? All of Ducati coming down. Jack Miller, who is pals with Fabio Quartararo, I'll point out, really big pals. Down there with Paolo Ciabatti. That's lovely. From Ducati, gracious in defeat on home soil.
Which is what you would expect, because we know the individuals there.
Yeah.
Zarco.
And Zarco will be delighted to see his pal step up as world champion. He'll go onto the podium after the other riders do so. Lynn Jarvis there to celebrate with Fabio Quartararo. No podium for him today. He won't care. The Petronas team, the Sepang Racing team, they brought him into MotoGP. They gave him this opportunity. Ricky from Ayrton, they're having to get out of the way as the burnout.
Do you know, I love an old school burnout. You don't see as many nowadays because it's not very good for the engine.
With the engine rules,
exactly.
You can't. He doesn't care now.
When you've won a world title, you can do what you want. There'll be no fines being given out.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Marc Elder down there with Fabio. It's been a great performance from 15th on the grid, and he'll hit again the emotions, because this is a team sport and he knows how much his team have been behind him this year. I love that consolation as well from Valentino Rossi down to Pecco Bagnaia. He's been there, and I'm sure his words of advice will set Pecco in good stead for the future.
Tell you what, he's going to take someone's head off with his visor.
He's not going to have any voice left. No. Let's admit it.
Someone's going to get a black eye here. Yeah. The first French rider to win in the Premier class in the history of our sport.
It's huge, and it's huge for the sport in France. This is what the Brits want. This is what we need, isn't it? And it will give such a shot in the arm to motorcycle racing. I love that.
That's respect.
You know what? They are great sportsmen in MotoGP across the board. Healthy respect between the riders at the top of this championship.
He's exhausted now. Look at his ex, it's done. Oh.
Still does that with a little bit of style though, doesn't he? Over the top. As Quartararo congratulates Bastianini. He won't care at all, I don't think, at this occasion.
Bastianini will be, he's just thinking, my day's coming. Don't you worry, boy. I'll be fighting with you for a championship soon. Bastianini's been so impressive as a rookie this year.
I don't think Fabio's going to have any voice left after this, all the congratulations, but those congratulations will go on to the end of the year as Marc Marquez now comes. They enjoyed so many good battles back in 2019. We haven't really seen one yet so far this year, but they're coming.
We'll see a few next year, if not for the rest of this season. There's in the 2 races we've got remaining.
I love the fact that he's a showman too, Fabio. It's so good for our sport to see a young lad like him on top of the world. And now we've got another world champion. If you think Mir's out there, he's out there too with Marc Marquez. If Valentino Rossi's making way, what a field in MotoGP we have got heading into 2022. Still 2 more races to go. Don't forget Portimao in a couple of weeks' time, and the finale at Valencia. We're still Moto2 and Moto3 to be decided, of course. This was the moment.
This was
Fabio
the moment.
Quartararo won the World Championship effectively.
And I didn't think it was going to happen. I thought this man had got it covered, but like I say, it was just breaking Marquez's spirit and didn't pay the respect turn 15 deserves. And we've seen throughout, well, the last 2 times we've raced here, well, every time we come here, there's an issue on this corner with the left-hand side of the tyre losing a bit of temperature. You basically have to race this track so different. You race all the track at 1 speed, then you get to that corner and you've got to go through there at about 80%.
Meanwhile, back-to-back wins for Marc Marquez in MotoGP. You have to say, he is back.
Mark, yes, Pecco fell off, but to keep the pressure on him here where he's so brilliantly fast at a track that's not left hand, I think it's my favorite ride of yours of the year. What do you think of it?
It's the most important of the year, this one. I mean, winning a right corner circuit was the corners and the circuits that I struggled a lot this year, and still I'm struggling a bit, but it's the progress, it's the evolution, and it's something special. I mean, it's something that will give to me a lot of confidence for these next 2 races, but especially for the winter time, to be more calm, to be patient, and yeah, with the time everything is going in a good way. So this is the most important. Today the pace was unreal on the race. I mean, Pecco was riding super fast. When I saw the 32 low, I mean, I don't know how I was able to stay there, but in the lap when I give up, because I saw that he was extremely fast on that lap, then he crashed. It's true that I was putting pressure to him, but Pecco was the fastest rider on the track today. Apart of that, today is not my day, it's the day of Fabio. I want to congratulate him. He deserved, he did an incredible season, an incredible job. So congrats Fabio, Yamaha team, and yeah, we will try to put some difficulties next year to hit.
Impressive, Mark. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Bye, 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 bye.